Hey there, how you doing? This is a test of my new webcam. Hopefully it looks alright. It's a Logitech C920, I believe. Yes, C920. It's 15 megapixel 1080p camera. And I thought I'd just test it, see if it works. And what better way to test it by putting it through its paces in a 1080p video. So, I thought about something to talk about. And what we should talk about is let's talk about YouTube and the way that people react on YouTube to certain things. Okay, so the internet as a whole is a pretty bad place to be, but not always. Sometimes there are good people, and you find friends like I have in many different places. But there is also a dark side to you, and the dark side is that whatever you do, no matter what it is, no matter how good your intentions were, someone's always going to have an issue with what you do. And that's okay, because no one's perfect and everyone makes mistakes. But I've been thinking about it more and more. For example, yesterday I watched a stream from Far From Subtle. They're awesome. They're great. Video games awesome. Live. Fantastic stream. And they played The Walking Dead some days ago. 3 days, 4 days ago. And Fraser, the main guy, he's Fraser Agar, the person who owns the channel, the person who made it happen, makes choices based on what he wants to do. He always has, he always will, probably. Makes choices based on the way playthrough that he wanted to make. Now that sounds like a fairly reasonable thing to expect from someone. Play their own way. But when you make a game based on choice, or the illusion of choice, or whatever you want to talk about, that's a different video. But when you make a video, and people don't agree with what you say, suddenly it's a really big problem about people's different views, and suddenly you're an asshole, or you're a sociopath, or you're something ridiculous. And that makes no sense to me at all, because it's just a game, and I can understand. I don't really have that many followers, I don't have that many subscribers, so I don't really get that much interaction, negative or positive. But I can imagine that getting negative responses, like calling me a sociopath or calling me a asshole for something, would be detrimental to my health. Now, there are many reasons why that would be, but that's my personal experience. For anyone, it would be a big problem. TB has this problem, Total Biscuit. Fraser, Far From Subtle, like I said, has this problem where people just like berate him and rip them to shit for making a decision in a video game. And why did this happen? This is the thing I want to kind of explore while also testing the webcam. And what I want to explore is what changed, or if it didn't change, why have we continued to let this happen? YouTube is a wonderful service in which we can get content for free. On some of the other channels there's ads and things that you can watch, and that helps them get ad revenue, and that's fantastic. But we get this content for practically free, and we absorb it. I absorb so much content every day, 6 hours, 7 hours a day of YouTube content every single day. And we get it for free, so why do we complain about the things we get? For example, if someone makes a mistake in a game, and you see all these comments like, oh my god, I couldn't watch this video, I was chopped my dick off and I was slit my throat because it was so awful, right? Why would you do that? If it's trolling, then that's fine. Trolling has its place in our world, but not too excessively, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But if you're trying to be deliberately hurtful, why? When we've got this content for free and we can do what we want with the content, provided that we just, sort of absorb it and move on. And the problem is there's a vocal minority, and it might not feel so minor, depending on how many people do it, but it's a vocal minority that leaves hateful and stupid comments on things. And while the majority of people like me just watch the video, absorb the content, and move on to the next video and take the next bit of content that I can get, okay? And that might make me a bad person, and I hope not, but that's how I do things. I watch the video, if there's a playlist, I watch the whole playlist and move on. Don't leave comments, usually. The only time I leave comments is when people really annoy me. And people really annoy me when they start saying hateful or derogatory things for no reason. When there's really, really no need. It doesn't help anyone. How does it help calling someone a sociopath or calling someone an asshole? How does that help anyone in the world? The answer is, quite clearly, that it doesn't. And I've been victim of this before. I've started thinking about why people do it. There are some reasons I have in my head. As a kid, you're always told that people are just jealous of you if they make comments like that. And I think there might be a degree of truth to that in some way. Maybe not of me, why would anyone be jealous of me? But there are certain things that, like Total Biscuit and FFS have these things that people could be jealous of money or income or popularity or a community that's so close knit and will do anything for them. That could be a reason. But what I think the reason is more likely is a combination of three things. One could be jealousy. The other could be like that they're in their own place. I've been in a place for many years of depression, anxiety, and all that sort of thing. And when you have low self-esteem, sometimes you do things that you regret later on to try and get some sort of power, to try and feel like you're in control of something, right? That for some people that's self-harm, some people that is just making shitty decisions and having one-night stands and all these things just to try and feel like you're in control. And for me, what it was I would try to belittle people. I would belittle people and make them feel inferior because it made me feel more powerful. Because I could control that. I could influence someone's perception of themselves negatively. You could also do it positively, but I never did. That gave me some sort of power. And I don't do that anymore. I've realised the error of my ways a long time ago about how awful that is to do. But the main thing is just that we should try and respect each other a little bit more. The three things: jealousy, trying to get this power trip, and also they might just be arseholes. Now, that is a big, bold thing to say. Trolls, arseholes, there's a fine line between the two, depending on who you ask. I think they're just trolls. I don't really respect them or like them, but they're around, they happen. I've been known to troll myself, and that makes me an arsehole in those situations. That, you know, you don't define people by what they are. If you play games, you don't define them as a gamer, they just play games, right? If you troll, you aren't just a troll. That isn't your defining characteristic. The thing we need to learn is just to respect each other and, like, understand that if people are sending you vicious and hateful things, that doesn't make them bad people. It really, really doesn't. It means that they're in a different situation to you and they're in a different place. Maybe they get some enjoyment out of it. Maybe they get some sort of benefit from it. But it doesn't make them good people either. It's not okay. It doesn't make it okay just because that we can forgive and forget. It doesn't make it okay to send hateful things to people. It will never be okay. And I would beseech or ask anyone to say why it is okay for people to send hateful comments, even under the guise of constructive criticism. So that's basically all I wanted to say. It's just a little test. But I want to know what people's opinions are on this. Why do people find the need to try and belittle people, try and make them feel inferior, when so many people like me don't need an excuse to feel inferior? We just do it anyway, right? I just want to pose that question. Thank you very much for watching. Hope the video quality is okay. Should be. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.